Hey, what's up guys? This is Grinding It Up number 66, and yes, that's right. I have to admit I'm a little bit tired today. I went to a home game yesterday and it got a little late. And I'm going to go on another home game today. Yes, I will be playing a little bit of live pokers, which should be fun. And I'm really looking forward to that, but the downside to playing home games is they usually take up a night and they can deprive you of sleep, and that's what happened to this guy here, not this guy there. Still, he can slap me on the head if I make any mistakes in today's episode. I'm going to be playing some live 50 NL 6 max for you guys after I've finished my coffee. And I wanted to go over a couple of things before we get started, because there won't be a hangout tonight. So as I'm going to the home game this afternoon, I won't be able to be there for the hangout, but instead I decided to put out another episode. So good news, bad news. I hope you like it, and I hope you can bear with tired flicks and a little bit of downswinging flicks. But I heard that a lot of you actually enjoy seeing me putting up some emotions on the show, so I will try to do that, yeah, for sure. So if I'm downswinging, I'll be like and if I'm upswinging, I'll be like, hey guys, this is episode number, we're like, you know, well, it's not that bad actually. I mean, I had a little breakthrough. I went up to a new challenge peak, which was right up there somewhere in the 2,350s, I guess. And then yesterday I had a rough session. I gotta admit, I didn't play my A game at all. I was probably playing like my B or my C game. And to make you guys feel a little better, if you have these kinds of rough days, yeah, just watch my show, enjoy me downswinging some of the time, and you know, I'm gonna show you a sample hand. Some of you might have already seen it on Facebook or on Twitter if you follow me there. It's like, this is okay. Now watch this hand unfold. I mean, a lot of the stuff that happened was just, again, like, you know, don't need to talk about that, but there's obviously a lot of stuff that we need to review, and that I specifically need to review to be working on my game and to stop doing stuff like this. So this is a warning sign, right? So there is, when you play a session and things are not going your way, you start to get a little bit, I still tend to sometimes get a little bit emotional about certain things that are going on at the table, certain dynamics. Like one of the most prominent dynamics that can be a little bit tilting or throwing you off balance, and which is very, very, it's very important to realize that, is when you're playing against regular players, where you get to a point when their actions, pre-flop or post-flop, put you to a kind of breaking point, meaning that they put you into a situation where you start to doubt whether he actually has a hand, or whether he's trying to pick on you. And that's very important. I think that's something that at smaller stakes is not that prominent, and you shouldn't be worried about it too much, because you're not going to play the same opponents too much anyways. The player pool is just so massive and big. But there is definitely some things going on at the table. Like when you encounter a guy who's been 3-betting you 3 or 4 times in a row, it may just be that he actually had a hand. He like ace king, aces, kings, queens, whatever, and he just 3-bet you with a hand every single time. And you know, that got to a point where I was actually in that mood, and right after the hand I decided to do the only correct thing. I quit my session, and that's what I would advise to anybody who's in a similar situation. It's kind of a spot where I was trying to isolate a weak limper, and he was coming over the top 4, third or fourth time, and I decided to flat call and defend my ace-jack offsuit, which is not, you know, it's alright. It's not a bad call by no means, but it's definitely not a super standard call, because in a spot like that, you know, the things that are going on at the 50 NL table is like, he's seeing me trying to isolate the weaker player, and he has been 3-betting me quite a bit, so ace-jack should be in my defending range, since he might be you know, doing it a little lighter than usual. That's absolutely true, so I don't mind my flat call there. Then the flop gives me a nut gutter, and he decides to bet out pretty big, and I decide to call, which still I don't mind. Now the turn is a 6, and he decides to check, and this check kind of told me that he probably had a hand that isn't all that strong. I mean, he could definitely be checking on aces, but I have an ace blocker. And, you know, I have an ace blocker to ace king as well, and I would expect him to be firing ace king again, but he could also be checking. I was just thinking that he was going to give up anyways, so I fired out a small bet on the turn, which is very, very questionable. And it's like, you know, it's a spot where I should definitely usually be checking back the turn, I guess. I'm trying to get him off ace queen or queen jack or whatever type of medium pair that he could be holding. And he decides to check call again. And then the river, when jack 10 gets there, I try to rep that. And I'm moving in. And he, of course, snap calls me off with ace king. So this is just a perfect example of a hand where, you know, things go wrong in a direction where I'm up to a point where I'm just defending, where I'm just making plays that are not really reasonable. I mean, I can definitely put out reasons for my play, and, you know, they make sense up to a certain point, but it's definitely not a play that you have to do. I mean, it's definitely not a hand that I need to take there. I can just fold pre-flop. I could maybe sometimes even turn it into a bluff and make a 4-bet pre-flop, or I can also defend and call the flop, but, you know, it's really questionable if I should be starting to turn my hand into a bluff at any point. And, you know, that's the kind of point where I realize, okay, in my head right now in the session, in the state of mind that I'm playing, it's probably not a good idea to be continuing from here, because if I continue, I either need to step up my game again and get back to my A game and stop doing stuff like that, because it just inflates variance, and, you know, might actually expose you to more tilt than you're already exposed to. And if you feel like that, you should definitely take a break or quit. And that's what I did after the hand. So, you know, I dropped 3 stacks yesterday, which is not that much. It just looks like a lot because it's 50 NL. But, you know, we've seen these swings over here. And we've also seen this rough swing there. So it's not surprising. I mean, it's gonna swing a little bit now. So the swings, the strikes are gonna be a little bit longer and harder, but we'll get used to it, I'm sure. Right, so sip of coffee, it works wonders for me. I mean, I was just really tired when I started the episode, and now I'm back to my old spirits, I guess. So what I also wanted to show you guys, because I'm not going to be able to do a hangout this week, and I know you guys enjoy me reviewing hands, what I want to advise you to do, guys, is if you haven't already, go to PokerStars, go to your software, go to Poker School and register. It's free. It's completely free. You'll get an account for the Poker School Online, or for your regional Poker School. It could be IntelliPoker. And I'm doing hand analysis for free. It's completely free. I'm going to put out my analysis. It's going to be like a little paragraph that I write below each hand. So go to forums, register here, log in. The login is somewhere up there. I'm already logged in, so I can't show you that. But you just go to forums. And then you scroll down to no limit hold'em cash analysis, go into that subforum, and there you go. You know, this is my account, this is me analyzing hands for free. And also my teammates like Nanonoko, they chime in from time to time and put some analysis out there, so really take advantage of that. It's completely free, you don't need to do anything. Just, you know, use the boom link, use the replayer, whatever you like, put it in a text format, and you know, drop the hand there, and we'll be ready to give you analysis. Also, other trainers from Poker School Online are going to be there to put out analysis, as are Poker School Online members who really are excelling at the you know, the art of analyzing hands. So yeah, just, you know, I was just gonna try and point you there. Also, I did a little podcast with, I'm going to be a regular guest on the podcast show for Poker School Online, so if you want to have more content from me, Poker School Online, go to the podcast show, it's over here, and one of the recent episodes, episode number 4, also my teammate member, Dale Rocks You, was a guest, and they talked to us about donk betting. And how to combat donk betting, how to approach people that donk bet and stuff like that in different situations. And, you know, it's really, I hope it's interesting to you guys. So if you enjoy listening to a podcast, you can also subscribe by using iTunes. I think you can go to iTunes and, you know, just put the podcast, the Poker School Online podcast somewhere in there, search for it, and then subscribe. And please also don't forget to subscribe to this channel, of course. Right, so we're all excited to get some games going. I was trying to check out the lobby here for 50NL, but as it seems, there aren't too many games running right now, and most of them are a little bit reg infested, so that's a little unfortunate. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to continue on the double or nothing Zoom format. I think you enjoyed that pretty much, didn't you? That was quite fun. I enjoyed it, and I think it's fun. So let's do that again. Let's start at 25NL. I'm also going to show you the current bankroll. It's 2,142, which doesn't really quite match the number here. I don't know where that comes from. Sometimes Holder Manager doesn't get all the hands, especially if you like drop out of Zoom games or play or leave a table too early. It might just miss out on something. And I'm close to clearing the next bonus, the 1,600 Supernova VIP store bonus. And let's have a look at the VPP results this month. I'm on good pace for Supernova this year. Already made 5,600. Gonna try and make at least around 7.5 this month. So another 2,000 VPPs it's gonna be. So let's get started on just one table and untick the auto rebuy. Oops. There we go. And somehow my Holder Manager, since I updated it, it just keeps messing around with my HUD. And HUDs have been all over the place. Different HUD settings have been appearing. I don't know why that happens. Maybe it's the same with you guys. I don't know. Whoops. We got the penalty button down here. So we need to double up. 25 bucks is going to be our buy-in. I'm going to start once more and untick the auto rebuy. So we only have one shot. No auto rebuy. Here we go. So once again, double or nothing on Zoom. Let's double up and finish the coffee in the meantime. Queen 9 suited, it's going to be a defend. Yeah, for sure. We're going to defend that one. Flop a gutter. Flop a gutter. And call with a gutter. We've got to try and get there. Queen might be an out too. So King is a not so great card. I don't expect him to be folding too much if I bet here, so I'm just going to take the free card and check it back. I also wanted to, yeah, I mean, we're just going to check this down and win against Jack High. Queen High has some showdown value. That's what I was going to tell you. I was also going to tell you about me, about my daily routine right now. I'm usually starting my day at 9 a.m. in the morning after working out and having breakfast. And I'm also, I kind of got used to a flow where I'm putting up some podcasts, and I really enjoy listening to podcasts while grinding. It's a lot of fun. And I also have this German, it's not a podcast, it's, I'm going to, oh, it's tough. I mean, we have fives, but he was the under the gun raiser, so I'm not sure if I should continue with fives. I think I'm going to make a nitty fold there. So yeah, listening to podcasts and listening a little bit to music, shutting myself off with these, which is quite helpful, especially when you have like construction noise going on. And I'm usually playing like a 2-hour session because a lot of people ask me, what's your daily routine look like when you play a session? Right. Yeah, min raise we're definitely going to defend. We could also 3-bet ace high. I think we have enough showdown value to just check it down. Now we pick up a gutter. If he bets, we're going to bet it. I mean, he's probably going to check fold a ton now. And he might even be check folding hands like pocket threes or whatever. So we need to double up. We need to double up. I think we need to be faster on this. I don't know. King 9. Going to be an open if everybody folds. And fold if this guy min raises because he's short. We definitely need a hand. Yeah, I'm really trying to, when I play my session, I'm trying to go for a 2-hour session, no more than 2 hours. and I'm trying to shut myself off a little using my Bose headphones, the noise cancelling ones, which really helps, which is really cool. So yeah, we're gonna 3-bet. I don't know, this guy seems like a recreational player, so we want to play him heads up. Ace Jack a little loose, but what else? Yeah, definitely gonna c-bet the flop. We have 2 overs and Jack high flush draw, so we're gonna bet that. Turn is a pretty decent card for us, so we're gonna bet that again. It's just a scare card. I mean, he's probably not gonna have too many pairs. I mean, he's gonna have like pairs with a spade. Now the question is he gonna have? He's not gonna call with too many worse hands, I don't think, and he can sometimes have the queen of spades, the king of spades. So we're gonna check this back. I just hope to be good and take it down. I mean, maybe there's an argument for betting the river, but to be honest, I think it's too thin. I think he can definitely have, you know, since it's a 3-spade board, he's always going to call the flop with a lot of, I mean, there's a lot of queen of spades, king of spades, ace of spades that's going to be calling the flop. So I think that's an argument against value betting the river. Then again, you can also make an argument against betting the turn for that reason that I just mentioned. But, you know, then again, he's also going to have a lot of like medium pairs plus stuff that he might just fold to a big bet on the turn. That's just an awful board to bet. So $33. We need another. So we're moving up. If you don't know the concept, by the way, we're trying to double up. If we lose the stack, it's over. So this is kind of a challenge. Again, this is the mini challenge within the challenge. And if I hit $50, as soon as I hit $50, I'm moving up to 50 NL. So the max we can lose on this mini challenge is going to be 25 bucks, which is awesome. It's always good. Ace-8 suited, we're going to open. So you've wondered why I've been switching up sizings again pre-flop. I've gone back to like 3xing it from every position. I just feel like building bigger pots is more favorable for me right now, but that can change in a second, in a heartbeat, anytime. Ace-10 suited, we're going to pot it. Pot it. Oh, that's not even, that's more than pot actually. So, and we're gonna c-bet this flop. 2 overs, backdoor flush draw, and we spike 10, which is nice. Now the question is, yeah, we're gonna bet the turn. I think there's a lot of like, I don't know, 9x hands that are definitely gonna call the turn. So we gotta just keep on firing. But he decides to fold. I just think that, I don't know, I have the feeling that in Zoom poker people are just folding a lot on the turn. So maybe there's also a reason for sometimes checking the turn. But I don't know, I'm too tired right now. I'm in tired mode. I'm still in home game mode. That was just a massive, I could talk a little bit about the home game yesterday. We had a massive PLO pot yesterday where somebody limped with aces. Ace, ace, 6, 5, single suited, I think. I'm no PLO expert, but you know, getting in the money with aces pre-flop is not as good as in no limit hold'em. So, well, there is an argument for it, of course, because it's easy. Because every time you see a flop with aces in pot limit Omaha, you're not going to be happy with the flop. So, you know, you got to get in the money pre-flop as like 55-60% favorite, whatever. And this guy just limped with, yeah, with aces and 3 people behind him. You know, somebody raised 3-bet. And then he just moved in and everybody called. So it was a 4-way all-in. And everybody had like tons of outs, of course. They were looking at the Jack 9-3 flop. And some people had double gutters, flush draws, wraps, club draws, whatever, backdoor flush draws. And then the turn was a blank, I think it was a 4. And the river paired the board with a 3. And somebody already flopped 2 pair with Jack 9. And the guy with aces actually won then on the river, spiking that 3. That gave him the better 2 pair. And he scooped like a massive pot. A massive 4-way PLO action pot. So we're approaching the 20-minute mark. Gonna do 5 more minutes and try to get a 50. Haven't hit the penalty button yet because I don't think that there weren't any. I don't think there were any questionable plays or really bad plays so far, which is nice. So yeah, King Jack definitely worth a raise here against the limp. We should also be. So 2 people call me. I have 2 overs and a backdoor flush draw. I'm out of position. I could try and bet, but I guess I will get called a lot, but still, I also have like 2 overs and the backdoor flush draw, so I just feel like I should be betting here. Maybe a little bit bigger, because there's also good turns for me that can come off. And when he calls, I think he's going to be very strong, so I'm going to give up on the 10. I might get sometimes something like 7s or so to fold, but don't think that's going to happen. Now he's definitely going to call when he has a pair, so we're just going to check it down. And oh, that was interesting. That's maybe a hand that I could have gotten to fold, but there's a lot of turn cards for my hand. I mean, any spade, any jack, any king, so I don't need to worry. It's not too bad. He makes that call with ace queen. Too many outs. Too many outs. Okay, I mean, that c-bet... No, that c-bet was fine. I should have made it bigger. I think the sizing was a mistake, so I'm going to hit the penalty button for you guys. That does work. What's up with the penalty button? No. Yeah, and we get a freeze. That's what we deserve. That's what I deserve. Well, at least we can still see the action. 5-minute penalty, so we're doing 25 minutes, guys. And I'm still trying to make it to 50. I wonder when that will actually happen, making it to 50. Well, at least I'm turning a profit right now. That's a good thing. That is a good thing. That is a good thing. 2 overs, backdoor flush draw. Pretty coordinated board, but who cares about that? There's going to be a ton that he will be check folding, I think. So we just bet this when he checks. Takes some time. Might indicate that he has a hand. Now he donks out. I don't think we should continue here now when he donks out. For him to take that long, it just looks like he has some sort of hand, and we don't know if like a king or a 9 will be outs. Get 3-bet, no chance but to fold. Fold. And somehow my screen gets a little messed up. Messy screen. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I think it's my Hold'em manager that's causing all the trouble. Yeah, it's my Hold'em manager. It's gonna be tough to make another 20 bucks, and then we can move up to 50 NL. Ace 10, ace 10 is gonna be an open raise. And that's exactly the type of flop that we needed. It's kind of oh, that's good. He's calling, so when he calls, we can just go for a bet, 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 and hope that he has king, queen. And now pot it all in. You have king, queen, sir, or queen, jack, and we just hope that you call us with that hand, which you don't. Too bad. I don't think checking is an option anywhere. I mean, we could let him stab, but given that he's probably not folding a king, at least I didn't expect him to fold a king. Oh well, what can you do? And folding that crappy hand. So yeah, I'm really excited. I'm gonna put up some. I guess I'm gonna put up some pictures from the home game maybe later on my Facebook page. If you enjoy that, then feel free to check it out. Now this is gonna be interesting. I'm gonna check this flop because I only got mid pair, and I'm definitely gonna bet the turn now. There's a hard draw possible now, so we're gonna bet this turn and get some value from worse and protect our hand a little. 13 more. 1250 actually. 1250. Somebody give us 1250. I think we gotta do this. We gotta do this again and again, probably. Making a loose open now. Getting bored, and I need to make more money now to be able to move up to 50 now. Yeah, we're gonna do this format again, I promise, guys. So we're gonna do double or nothing zoom again and again, until we actually manage to move up. Maybe we can do like I don't know, maybe we can do like an extra long hangout, and then I might be able to run it up to 500 NL or 1000 NL, who knows. Seven from heaven. So yeah, I mean, it's not gonna work out too much, and I'm winding down on the episode, and I still hope that it was enjoyable. At least we got some hands in, which is nice. I'm gonna try and find more tables now and play my regular session. Gotta get going on that. Gotta clear another 200 VPPs or so for the day. That's my goal. Now this is interesting. I think since he's short and there's a limper, we want to see a multi-way flop here. And that's a decent flop, so we will definitely continue. 2 is pretty strong, but still, I think there's no other chance but just calling and seeing a turn. Now this is an interesting one. It's actually pretty tricky if he bets again now. And he checks, so I think we should check again. I don't want to bet for value because I think he's going to bet for value himself. This is interesting. What did he have? Oh, he had Queen 10. I mean, it's tricky. You can always make an argument for betting for value on the river, but the real question is he going to call with too many worse hands? It just looks like he's either bluffing or he has a worse ace, and maybe he's betting it for himself. Who knows? But maybe I also missed out on a value bet there on the river. I think that might have been a mistake, and I should be hitting the penalty button. But for now, I got to get started on my session and play some 50 NL and look for some decent tables. And if not, then I'm going to be dropping down to 25 NL. That's what I've been doing lately. And that's what I think works out best. I mean, if you don't find good tables when you play regular ones, just drop down a stake. Or, I don't want to play Zoom with that bankroll. At 50 NL, playing Zoom with that bankroll, I mean, let's remember what happened at 25 NL. So if you double that, that's going to put us somewhere down there. So I don't want that to happen right now. So maybe I'll attack 50 NL Zoom once I get to 2,500, 3,000 in that area. But before that, I'm just going to play regular tables and, cut down on the variance. Right, so on a good note, I'm awake again, which is nice. So grinding it up keeps me awake, makes me awake. I wish you all a great weekend. Hope you enjoyed the show. This is episode number 66. And I'm going to be reporting from the home game again on my Facebook, my Twitter, if you enjoy that. Right, that's it for now. Keep grinding it up, guys. See you.